Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to part one of a Why We Play the Game series I'm going to be doing this week. I'll be doing one episode every day, roughly about the same time, maybe earlier, maybe later, on fun. When did it become a four-letter word? Now, this isn't aimed at anybody in particular, although you probably suspect that it might, but I've heard this from a number of people who seem to have forgotten. Well, I'm going to go with the actual definition of the word fun. And according to, Merriam's Dictionary, it is enjoyment, amusement, or lighthearted pleasure. I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, and a lot of people I know, probably the majority of the people I know, are in this hobby, whether it be board games, tabletop war games, miniature games, role-playing games, heck, even video games. We're in it for the fun. We could be doing a lot of other things with our lives. We could be, as per the title of tomorrow's episode, we could be working, we could be trying to alleviate boredom, or we could be pursuing fun. Now, the definition of a game is a form of play or sport, especially a competitive one, played according to the rules decided by skill, strength, or luck. And why do we play games? Well, for some people, it is work. There are professionals out there who are getting paid for it, but they could probably do other things to earn money. They could be digging ditches, digging graves. I've done both. They could be engaged in, any number of things that are definitely not fun. But I, for one, I play games for fun. While they do alleviate boredom for me, I could be doing other things. I could be doing things that are, quite productive, and I'm guilty of, procrastinating from time to time, being lazy. I'm no stranger to that, and I'm a big fan of good old-fashioned naps. I'm getting older, and every once in a while, nothing sounds more fun or enjoyable than a good old-fashioned nap. Now, we're all in this hobby to make our lives better, to put some enjoyment into our lives, and basically, in essence, to find some fun. There are a lot of things out there that are fun, that aren't games, that aren't a hobby. Whether you be, a child all the way up to adulthood, there are lots of things we can do for fun, and they're not always games. They're not always hobbies. They're not always sports and things like that. But for the most part, I truly believe that there are really only the three activities. I might be missing one or two, but for the sake of brevity in today's video, I want to talk about why fun in some people's eyes is somehow a bad thing, or maybe it's a childish thing, or maybe it's just something that maybe for some reason they were raised or taught that it is not a legitimate way to spend one's time. I completely disagree. I truly believe that life should be as fun as possible. Maybe it's because I've been so blessed and able to retire essentially early and to pursue fun and pursue happiness as per our God-given rights to make my life as good as possible. And and not just in a monetary sense or a security sense, of which I'm a big fan of both of those aspects of life. I'm here to have as much fun as possible until my last dying breath. I was on the Hungar's show this morning, and that's all it's about. For me, there are ways to have fun by yourself. Within the hobby, there's the painting and the assembling of miniatures and collecting and reading and all those things. But I could be doing something far more productive, volunteering at a soup kitchen, doing some sort of charity work, feeding the homeless, things like that. And while I'm, a fan of doing those things when you can, most of us really don't. Why? Because we're probably either working so hard just to make ends meet, especially in this economy, or we're out there pursuing fun. I really would like you, those of you naysayers and detractors of the word fun, as long as everybody's having fun, it's okay. No, it's fantastic. That is the best thing in life. That is what we all deep down want. Maybe your definition may vary or differ from ours, but if you're laughing, if you're smiling, if you're feeling good, you're on the right path, I think. Now, one last definition I want to leave you with is the definition of hobby: an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Well, isn't that what most of us are doing here on YouTube? Is an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Pleasure is fun. Pleasure is good. Pleasure is something we all seek. Every living creature, in one form or another, is seeking that most of their life when they're not, hunting and gathering and working and slaving over a hot stove and, working their ass to the bone and things like that. What's left? You've got your work. You've, obviously experienced boredom, and when you're bored, do you look for more work? Good on you. Do you look for fun? Even better. You may reverse that if you think work is more important. When you've done your 8-hour, 10-hour shift of the day, are you really looking to do more work, or do you want to relax? Maybe just Netflix and chill in front of the screen and rest and enjoy. I'm certain that when you're doing Netflix and chill, you're not looking for movies on your job to remind you of what you're going to wake up to the next day. You're looking to relax. You're looking for some enjoyment, some pleasure in your life. And I hope that throughout the rest of this series, I can encourage the naysayers and the detractors from fun, especially in this hobby, to actually go back and reevaluate why you're doing what you're doing. If you think it's to do something other than work, alleviate boredom, or find some pleasure and enjoyment, then let me know. A thought occurred. Maybe you wish to educate and give back to the world at large. You want to help them out. That's fantastic. But pushing people away from going that route, to enjoy their life, that's really nobody's business but each individual's own business, what they do with their life. And I'm going to continue to seek fun, to work at fun, to educate people on how they can have more fun, and try to alleviate some of that boredom. So until next time, folks, we love you all here from the Shadow and Sun Show. All our friends and family out there in TV land, we hope you guys have a blessed day. And until next time, happy trails.